Yo, what is up guys? This time we are actually looking at G2 Humanoid. It does have a Alistar support into a Jhin Real matchup. This can get rather volatile due to the interactive supports we have. Now the interesting thing is Smolder did get actually overly nerfed. But it doesn't actually run Fleet Work Food for mobility and extra healing. It does actually run Grasp, which provides a mixture amount of damage and healing plus HP per hit. Now, the notable thing is that he does have actually presence of mind for some mana management, Legend Haste for cooldown, so we can get more Qs and abilities off to get those stacks going. Demolish, I don't know the reason behind Demolish. Not very likely gonna touch that tower all that often. Conditioning, I don't know. Honestly, it takes already way too much to scale with this champion, so I feel like it's very greedy to go conditioning, but obviously overgrowth can be fine. I mean, I feel like these runes are a bit greedy and more of a like easy matchup dependent, right? But here is a but at least. So like Smolder C has 22 seconds cooldown, and Res W does actually have a 10-second cooldown, right? Obviously, like it has like it's two abilities in one, right? So her W is actually two abilities in one, so it means that it does actually have two different cooldowns. But right now he can less so much rely on his spacings, mobility of fleet. If he uses a Q to stack, he doesn't really gets to have that opportunity to sort of like dodge a certain CC ability, a certain thing, right? But he will have a bit more damage, so we'll see. Maybe after damage nerf, Grasp is recommended, I mean, who knows. But he does not fall for the Real cheese. Usually Real players will actually go for a they're gonna turn into their more so slowed down form, so they go for a knock up, and then they will look for an all-in. But now this time he only got like a knock up on the Real, and then he does decide to actually like trade some basic attacks into Real, into Jhin a little bit. Obviously both of them didn't take insanely a lot of damage because of their aftershocks, and now he does have Grasp. He does actually trade basics, right? So he went for a Q instead of a basic, because that does a bit more damage, does actually allow him to get one stack. So it does actually stack as much as possible. Looks pretty solid, right? This looks a bit scary. It's a bit scary as well, right? But we have some peel from Alistar. So Rel actually did give up her W, but they don't have exacts about that. Let's go for a basic trader Rel. Did get a stack, he did get some HP of that, so it wasn't a useless Q into her shield. So that's actually kinda good if you can do that, if you think about it. For now they're just on the defensive side, because obviously the issue currently is that you know, Talia is here, which is a good thing because, wait, let's go to his team specifically, right? So, opa, red, blue. So let's go to his team specifically. So he does have a Talia around, so he can definitely get an early gank. They will fight for that level 2 soon, so they can all in properly. I think they are supposed to get that minion, and so far it does look like they're gonna commit one more minion, one more. Alistar, yep, they're gonna get that level 2. The slow missed a little bit, but I think it should be fine. So first blood was already done on top side, so they don't get the first blood on the enemy side. They actually didn't get the Alistar kill at all. That it will be at least a 1-for-1 or something. But Smolder, you mainly have to rely on early game ganks from your jungle. The champion been nerfed quite hard, so it's like you gotta scale quite a lot even into winning matchups. So you either short trade perfectly or just scale. But I would say like put a lot of emphasis on just scaling. Let's just see how does Humanoid make this pick work. I feel like Smolder is kind of dog shit, and maybe just in a very ideal scenario you could pick it, but he's very hard nerfed, you know. I feel like the champion is very like... Okay, so it does... yeah, again, like Talia gets the collapse yet again. Does get the Q off, he does get the Q off, and I think that's extremely well played on his part. Looks like Ellie's Evelyn did mark him, but he didn't really commit for the kill. As the good thing about having an Eve that's not fed early on, if you buy control wards when she's 6, you know, before 6, obviously normal wards will work, but you know, that will only work for a period of time. Does look like she's reganking, but Rel does choke actually. I mean, what the fuck? Wait, they actually commit for the kill, no? Wait, they get 1 kill, 2 kills, Humanoid? Yeah. No way, right? Humanoid, you can do it? Maybe? Oh, he can do it! Oh, and fun fact, he gets to push the wave because Jin is level 2 still. The wave is... Oh, that's just way too good. 30 CS, 3 kills. Holy. So as you can visually see, it does actually still make the pick work. Definitely it wasn't a minting, but we don't talk about that, I guess. I feel like low-key they sprinted it on the enemy side, but I think he did also. Obviously, like, he did play well, but I think they did actually kinda hardened. Okay, so he does actually get my build. So I think like 2-3 months ago I made a build on this. Ideally you should get like tier into Trinity into Manamune, similar to Ezreal. And so it does actually go for the build I recommended everyone. Definitely everyone got the idea from me. I mean, I got like 300 viewers, so some people at least did. And a lot of people were also in denial that it shouldn't work, but now every single pro just goes for it. It's like Threadbreaker on Yone or Yasuo, you know, like I mainly made it on Yone, but like obviously it works on Yasuo as well. And now Pete does also like run like Threadbreaker in like 1500 LP, which I don't say that, you know, the idea came from me, cause like we could literally get the same ideas. I'm saying I may came up with it earlier. It looks like he's CSing very nicely though with those Qs. His Qs are really good at like getting those last hits, stacking those. He does have a blue, so even for a single minion he will use his Q, cause he's full mana. He's full mana after all that fighting, all that stacking. So that's the good part about having a blue buff, right? Like you get so much mana regen. Oh, that's an insanely good all-in. When do you even see a Smolder diving? Almost never, right? Almost never you see a Smolder diving with Alistar. But the reason why that worked out is that he's actually forcing fights. He is trading. Now normally you don't wanna do that as Smolder. But if you're very fat, you're very strong, you are allowed, right? You're allowed to actually like go for heavier trades, go for all-ins. Because they are levels behind. Sometimes they're items behind, depends. In here there's like 1 level down, the realm. And you can do that, you know, if they misplay, like that's possible, because in here, I think in here the main problem is that they have a Jhin and a Rel, but like Alistar can counter the Rel engage with his Q, right, maybe with his W, and they don't really have a good way of engaging into Smolder, so that's just usually very fucky. I think he missed a little bit his W, but it should be okay though. So it does actually, I kinda underestimated his demolish, but I think if he... Oh, no, wait, he played around the tower aggro so well. Just watch out on this one, right? So Alistar was still tanking. He went for a basic, then he walked out of the tower's range, right? He went for a Q on the backline, and look, the tower shot is going. He does not get aggroed, he gets to Q. He walks out of the tower's range, so this is what a lot of people don't see. And Alistar doesn't even die, because he is tanking again. You see, like, these are the insane things people are not watching out for. Because Alistar lived, he barely took a tower shot, he bounced in and out of the tower's range. Like, that was so insanely played. I think he applies away cleanses. I think you're fine, Chapin, you know, Maxi Flash. I think he should ban just flash it, no? He was greedy. I was greedy. It was a little bit greedy, but with an insane shutdown, man. I think it was a bit greedy. His shutdown was a bit too big, no? Shutdown was a bit... I think he should ban just flash it. maybe he underestimated the Eve chase potential, the Eve damage. But the thing is, he mainly invested his gold into like, you know, tier phage, which is good, but you don't have the same mobility as an Eve does with Sorks. So in there he was actually forced to like flash away. So in here it was fine, you know. Like in here I would say flash away, spare your cleanse, you will have that cleanse into Rel. But yeah, I mean, it's very like a lot of gold she got, you know. Too much gold she got of that. So I would say probably a good flash. You leave, you know. Maybe if you really feel like you're greedy, you can walk back for the wave to Q it if Eve walks away on this ward. But yeah, basically it was a bit greedy, I think. So yeah, it's a bit greedy because like Eve had Sork, so obviously she can chase him down because he only had basic boots. But so far so good, right? So damage. I never tried Grasp on Smolder before when I played it, before too many nerfs. It doesn't sound bad, you know, in some matchups probably. Because fun fact, you're gonna pro Grasp even if you Q a minion and they are in AoE range, which is unique to Smolder and Senna. I think these are the mainly like two champions that can like bounce it off, you know, for minion. It does look like they want to do something here, right? So Eve is again like around. So they wanna deny the scaling of the Smolder, but I think Humanoid is very fat. Humanoid is very fat for now. Does look like that's difficult. So actually that's interesting. So he does go for the CS first. Now we trade a little bit into Rel. So he actually throws his Q into Jhin. They stack up. He gets 2 stacks of the Q. But I think Eve is a bit concerning, right? Because now they're in deep shit. Yeah, they got you baited. Yeah, they really got baited there. Because like Eve was here, I believe, out of the vision range. But they were too deep. They got caught by Rel CC. Jhin's are damage slow. They have to sidestep. And yep, they got all in. So Eve played very smartly. I think Eve was here or something. So Eve quite smartly, she played around the vision of the guy, right, of the control bar vision, and then she got a very nice collapse into the bot lane. So now they are a little bit throwing their lead. I do believe like mid and top was hardly gankable by Eve, so maybe they should be also a little bit considerate of, like, you can ask yourself like which lane is most likely to be ganked by Eve. And if you look around top and mid is not super gankable. Well, not now, obviously now she's shit low, so if Eve has flash maybe she can kill her, but before she was more healthy, I think, Ari. But usually, I think maybe she had R as well back in the time, no? Oh, she eventually got picked up, okay. Zari is like usually very hard to be ganked if she has R. Even his base kit is just very hard to be ganked. Trinity Force is soon finished, not alone. So he does actually get some plates with Demolish. But I think it's a bit like greedy to go Demolish, because sometimes you don't even get to touch the tower due to weak side or something. So I think it's a bit questionable, but it can work, you know. Let's actually like go for that Q. Does a so basic each maybe a little bit, and no. Another Q off on Rel. Are they not spacing shit? Like, I feel like they are not spacing shit, because like usually if Smolder like basic attacks a minion, walks forward with the fleet's mobility, then he gets a Q off, then it's like, you know, you have like a slight mobility to lean in for a Q. But in here it wasn't the case. I think the 10 speed kinda helped him a little bit to lean in for that Q. Maybe Rel didn't expect that. Has to be very cautious around Rel's CC, right? So a little bit he has to be cautious. It comes down to his Q, right? Could get a decent trade into them. Now Rel 6 is mainly scary, right? So like Rel's early levels are not super concerning when you have when they start to peel, but Rel 6 can be a bit scary if she gets some good chain CC into you, like Eve is. Ay. Oh, but it does look like he did get his aura off, and they got no value. And because they didn't get any value, that's actually insane. Cause he got stacks. So like the thing about Smolder is if you get into like, let's say like 2v2s, 3v3s, whatever, you do actually get the opportunity to very easily get stacks, grass stacks, you know, passive stacks, and oh, actually they fall for the Eve. They probably should then wait for the Talia, but I think she does pick up 2 kills. So it's 2 for 2, maybe 3. It looks a bit ugly. Who texted me? He does miss his aura a bit, but I guess it's just killing him anyways. Let's go back to Humanoid. So he does rotate mid lane. The reason why he rotates mid lane is because Ahri is already bot lane to protect the bot tower, get the CS. While notably does get the mid wave, maybe gets an easy demolish proc on the first plate, it's easily destroyable. Let's see if he does get that plate. Not really, he's getting gatekeeped and now Eve is hovering. Oh, she's already here, what? Fly! Oh, you got the Q off. You got the Q off before 2 Qs in fact. So it's important to get your ability off if you can before you fly away, so you get that stack, you know. Oh, and he got his 125. So 125 is a nice level to have because your wave clear is easier, your AoE damage, your stack capabilities are a bit better. So at this stage of the game you are in a decent spot, right? You're in a decent Trinity Force, right? He got the Trinity Force, he has the cooldown boots as well, so this does actually happen quite a lot. Let's see forward the things a bit. We are mid lane again. I think he does just commit into just CSing mainly, right? CSing, playing around Eve. So that's the reason why he brought the control ward. Because like Eve can be spotted by only control wards, and so he can see him. And if you can see Eve in time, you are able to react to it, you know, more easily. He has his safety, right? He has his safety. While also if the middle of the mid lane would be warded, this like vision ward actually, control ward, right, helps you a lot to like deny their wards so they don't see your rotations, you know. I think he didn't get the demolish in time. Was a bit scared, I guess, to get the whole thing right, because so it does actually just mainly Q farm. Another Q off and then the last Q. Some stack on Jhin, and see, so it even works on the splash of your Q after 125 stacks. So you're still gonna get that one grass proc. So what do we do here, guys? What do we do here? I don't know, why does it make me feel a bit tired? Alright, looks good. Does look decent. So usually like 3 items is like the strong point of like Smolder, you know. That's like you know, like a very strong point. Like if you have like Trinity, Muramana, that's a good spot, you know, that's fine. But like if you have Rapid Fire, that's like you're very strong, you know. So what do we do here? Rotate, no rotation. We got some components for so he gets at 35 AD in the base. No, is it 30 only? I think it's only. I think he gets, yeah, he gets a longsword. He gets a cowfield, I think, for his mana immune. Well, this is like what most of the ADCs wouldn't buy a control ward into Eve, but you really need that, you know. Yeah, let's see what do we do here. I think she keeps CSing, you know. He keeps CSing. Q and walks away, right? Ooh, that's scary. That is a bit scary. The Alistar is not covering enough, I feel like. That's why his flash was forced out, no? I think that's something to consider, no? Something to consider, I would say. I don't know what makes me so tired. Maybe I don't have the same gaming position. I heard like if you don't have the same gaming position in your chair, then you can get a bit more tired. Although I slept enough, I'm not even awake for a long time, and as I wanted, the gameplay is so boring because like grasp. So it's like this grasp playstyle is something I generally don't even see just few times, and usually it ends up in a int. Oh, I think he has a very aggressive playstyle though. He does have a very aggressive playstyle though. Like he really likes to. I think he's frontlining a little bit too much. I think he's not assessing sometimes enough the danger, you know, of the potential rel, of the potential Eve. So I think a little bit of a caution. He could use some extra caution now and then, you know. Does get close to his mana immune. For it to be stacked is very very good. So if you have it stacked, that's like an insane spot for you to be in. So I think if he gets those, like he has a lot of damage, but off rapid fire you have a lot of safety, if it makes sense. Safety poke capabilities, right? Does get the Q. So he's just stacking. Basically, he just gets that's a bit scary. That is a bit scary. That's a bit scary, right? But maybe they think Alistar is around or Talia. But yeah, I think he's playing in a very very high risk way when he does get a lead. You know, that's what I noticed. He does play in a very. He does get his mana immune, I do believe. Does get his mana. Except if Jin does that, but I think he could stay. He could stay because he could get his stacks, honestly. Soon he has 225, which is an insane spike. So if you're ahead, that can be very scary. If you're specifically ahead, then. Yep, tower's gone. It's good. Procs the plant. Doesn't really allow us to do much. Fine, I guess. Like, I think they just accept it for now, or do we? Do we accept it? Do we not accept it? Maybe we accept it. We just need to wait a little bit, no? He doesn't have mana immune because Jin sniped him. If you guys remember the time he got sniped. That's scary, but he does have his stacks very very soon. He does have his 225, which is the ideal amount. So 221, 220. Oh, he didn't have his stacks yet. Now he does. It's a bit unfortunate. He does get stacks of Poppy though. Oh, but he's outplaying the Poppy quite well actually. But the goddamn that Poppy is such a goddamn tank. He tried, but yeah, Real was X-flashing. Got a bunch of stacks though, bunch of grass procs, a bunch of stacks. Now he got mana immune. His agility cloaks give him a slight damage boost on his Q as well. So if you wanna know exacts about that, I can show it to you guys. So for example, it doesn't show his dead body. Like look. It doesn't show, I guess, but it gives a decent amount of damage boost. Alright, so back to Smolder. Why is it that? So basically it has like a 75% crit chance. Is increased by 75% of the crit chance, right? So it's kind of nice, right, to get that little extra damage, you know. It's just a little extra damage of rapid fire if you specifically go for that. In the past, Essence was a thing, but these days it's not really, so it's just one of those champs that's kinda likes this Azrael build. It's basically Azrael, you know. Mm-hmm. Kinda nice to have true damage into that Poppy, cause Ari has some, Smolder has some, cause her HP, like I don't know why, but when a Poppy is ahead, she's such a goddamn tank, man. Like without that 2 damage, it's questionable if she would die today, you know. These Poppies are goddamn tanks, man, I'm telling you when they get ahead. Like I kinda like to play champions that have true damage, cause like I know, I'm aware that I can kill like very durable champions. For some reason it gives me such a mental comfort when I play like a champion with like HP based true damage. Cause the HP based true damage works against the Baron as well, so you can clear it quite quickly, but it does look like Alistar does get the kill, but that's still value. We also got the Baron. I'm always reading this Kea name to be Keria for some reason. I'm always thinking of Keria. So I think very soon he does have his rapid fire. And that's a point where it becomes very hard to engage on him because he got too much range. Which does of course extend his Q range if some people didn't know. Which just simply allows him to get very safe Qs off. The item itself provides mobility. Most ne a videómba szóljál bele, Mo, mikor filmezek. So my mobility, yeah, my mom is ruining this video. Alright, so let's get back to the video. Alright, so we got this rapid fire cannon, so he gets the 7% mobility, gets the extra range. The rest of the stats are not very significant. I mean, crit gives somewhat amount of a damage boost, but the attack speed is kinda useless. Like, mainly you buy it for the range, honestly. We get one shotted actually. Yeah, I think he gets very cocky. With his lead, I think. Let's the Ionian Woods does have the... So he's W-maxing as well, right? So at the time U-max was a thing, but it got nerfed, so I think everyone just W-maxes as well, cause like, if you're only gonna use E defensively, then it's like, at that point you could just W-max. You're gonna get more stacks, you're gonna get like range damage, right? So it's kinda nice to have that AoE in team fights as well, so... So Yon does go for a very wild R. That doesn't kill us. I wonder, does the Horizon Focus only increase your own damage, right? It doesn't increase his Smolder's damage. Only, okay. And fight. Yeah, it looks like it's a GG. Looks like a GG. So what do we do here right now? I think he's just putting a lot of emphasis on CSing, on... It's just gonna be... I think it's gonna be... I think he also when Jack showed this game a bit of a spoiler, because they have quite a lot of mixed damage, so I think there will be a lot of throws, honestly. There will be a lot of throws, honestly.
Oh, that's better.
Skip a little bit forward. Like Yon gets every time traded into. Like he goes in with his E, gets like UW'd by Smolder, Smolder flies away. I mean, it's very hard. It's very hard for Yon to be functional. If he doesn't have his third Q, doesn't have his art, then... So I don't know how is this game so extended. Like it lasts like 30 more minutes for some reason. Like it looks like this game is kind of over now, no? Guess Poppy are the way. Like I'm not sure like how did this game get so... Like it looks like it's over, no? The Jax is going a bit low, right? Jean maybe gonna get some snipes. Not really, but Q was weird. It kinda looks like they can siege, right? Like it looks like they can get a tower or something. Like how the fuck this is like 13 more minutes? Did they throw left and right, or I think they just did throw left and right before they decided to end the game, I think. Cause I think like no way, like okay, one time Eve stole the Baron, one time the Drake got stolen by Jin. Yeah, I think there were some throws. Looks like we can skip the throw parts. I think. So in here he does build his Jack, so he does have his Bloodthirster, so he's actually very very fed. Oh, that's a nice amount of AoE. Ooh, almost. Well played, is extremely well played on his part. So I think this will be the Baron that gets stolen. No, it's a Drake. So Drake will get... No, Jin actually killed it, I think there will be some throw fights till they like decide that it's time to like... It's time to fucking end the game, cause like they're so fat, right? Like they scaled up. They're very fat, they scaled up, so... So what do we do here then? Oh, what the fuck? How did my camera even get there? Ooh. The AoE on his Q feels to be kinda shit, no? Like after his Q, you know? The splash effect. How it just feels to be a bit underwhelming. $419, I mean that's a lot of stacks. I think... Yeah, Ajax is dead. Oh, but she also got picked up, okay. She also did get picked up. I think the I think the reasoning behind his Jack show is that they have a lots of AP and AD, but wouldn't the Banshee or a something help? Like, I guess like one of their CC engage or something. I don't know why I feel like Edge of Night or Banshee would be better. Although his AP ratio is not removed yet. I think it will be. I think it will be. No, it actually got removed. It actually got removed. The burn effect has AP ratio, huh? So I feel like probably Edge of Night would kinda help. I would say I would kinda help because I think he just needs to like just tank one of those like skill shots, you know, tank one of those basically like CC engages like Yonsar, you know, Poppy, Flash maybe, you know, a something from Rel, you know, maybe a charm, right, from Eve that helps a lot into a charm probably. Like look, she couldn't even get the kill on the guy cause she basically just had Banshee, so he had to focus on it. With all your might. Holy fuck, that's a lot of damage hit. The good thing about these fights is he gets a lot of stacks. Like, it's not even like you lose out of these fights, you know? Cause like you genuinely get stacks. Oh, but that gave also an AoE too into the guy. Like 400, that's insane, right? Like that's insane amount of like extra damage he gets on his abilities. So cool. One kill. Yeah, GG, well played. Extremely well played in Humanoids part 5, 8, 15. So I did actually manage to get quite a good KDA even at the end of the game. It was GG, well played, and see you guys on the next one.